All right, listen. Come on in. Welcome to another Tuesday. Welcome to another Tuesday, everybody. Come on in. This is our personal space. We thank God for each and every one of you. Listen, we are tuned into the Deep podcast. We're in a great topic right now, which is the enemy you never saw was you. All right. I want everybody to do me a favor. If you can hear me clear, shout you can hear me. We're still working on some statics and stuff here, so we want to make sure that the sound is good, that the visual is good. Let me know if you all can see pretty clear, hear pretty clear. We don't want any distractions. Want y'all to do me a favor. I want you all to like, share, tag 7 people into the comments. This is a podcast that's going to make you do a lot of self-examination. It's going to make you really pause and think real hard. Charmaine Nelson, good to see you. Denise, good to see you. Who else do we have here? Shaka, good to see you. All right, let me make sure everything is good. The connection is good. And this is what I want y'all to do. Start tagging people. Let people know we're here so they'll know we're here every Tuesday. And we can take notes and therefore everything like that. All right, y'all ready to have a conversation? Y'all ready to have a conversation? Let Jessica Joyner, good to see you. Thank you, Denise. All right, let's have a conversation. Just say if you want to have a conversation. Shout, let's have a conversation. We're going to chill out for a moment. And we're just going to talk. Got my notes here. All right. All righty. We're already late, so we're going to get started. Listen. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you all for taking this journey with us, and especially with me during this series that we call The Enemy You Never Saw Was You. Good to see you. Good to see you, Elder Mays. Good to see you. So watch this. Today's conversation is probably going to be one of the hardest conversations we're going to have this season. This is one of the hardest episodes that you're going to experience this season. I don't know what that noise is. Forgive me. Not because it's difficult to understand. No, not because it's difficult to accept, but today's episode is called I Had to Confront Me. I want everybody to put that into the comments. Let's talk. I had to confront me. 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 I want you to stop whatever you're doing for a moment and think about this question. What if the greatest battle you've been fighting isn't around you? What if it's within you? Think about that for a moment. What if one of the greatest fights, the greatest struggles, the greatest attacks was not around you? It wasn't who you blamed. But what if it was within you? What if the frustration wasn't them? What if the delay is not them? What if the procrastination is not them? What if the cycle is not them? I want you to think about that. What if the enemy you've been exhausted from fighting has been living around your own eyes, been living within you? Think about that for a moment. What if everything you've been asking God to kill, every person on the outside who's a distraction that you call is an enemy, what if God shows you that it's within you? Because the problem is me. We're dealing with us today. Somebody put in the comments, the problem is me. The problem is me. And if the problem is me, and not just if, because it is me. So since the problem is me, I can no longer hide behind excuses. Because the problem is me, I can no longer blame everybody else. I can no longer say they did it or it felt this way because they attacked me. No The problem is me. Come on. I can no longer blame people. So because the problem is me, then change has to become my reality. Come on, I had to confront me. This is what we're dealing with today. So because the problem was me, I had to change, and change became my responsibility. It became my accountability. I had to do it. I had to deal with that on my own. Because watch this. We love accountability. We love to make sure people are held accountable. But until it's pointed in our direction, we have a hard time accepting accountability. Come on, we love accountability until it points back to you, until it points into your direction. We love the truth until it exposes something within us. Come on, people can tell us the truth all day long. We can hear the truth. And people say, you can't handle the truth. I agree with you, because when God shows us the truth, and some of the truth is hardcore rough, and it exposes the lies and the sins and the things that we have done to ourselves, every now and then we've got to sit down, stop blaming people, and raise our hand and say, you know what? This is my fault. Come on. We love correction until it interrupts what's comfortable to us. Come on, until we are now in an uncomfortable place, now we're irritated. Come on, we're irritated and we're frustrated because now love corrected us. But healing begins when honesty starts. Come on, the moment you are honest, the moment you began to be honest with yourself, that is the very moment, watch this, healing begins to take place. For years, now let's dig into this. For years, I thought my biggest battle were people. For years, pretty probably all my life, and I want y'all to talk to me in the comments. All my life, I really thought that all of the attacks, all of my go through, everything that happened to me in life, I thought it was people. People who hurt me, people who betrayed me, people who rejected me, people who misunderstood me, people who walked away. And watch this. And some people genuinely did hurt me. But eventually God revealed something. He said, Raheem, let me show you something that's going to really change how you look at life and look at what happened. The people who wounded were not causing the damage anymore. The people who hurt you, they're not the ones who are still causing the damage. You are. He had explained it to me and I was very confused. I said, what do you mean? He said, yeah, they may have hurt. They may have done something. Something may have happened along the way, but you keep replaying it. You keep carrying it. Like you keep protecting it. You're the one feeding it. I had to tell myself this. I said, okay, God, so what is it that I'm supposed to do to correct that? He said, stop blaming everybody else and start blaming you. Come on. You was allowing the old wounds to influence new decisions. That's something that you got to deal with. Yes, it did hurt. Yes, it did happen. Yes, they sabotaged. Yes, they genuinely tried to mess you up. But you kept replaying in your mind everything that they did wrong. You kept protecting what they did. You kept making excuses for what they did. You kept feeding what they did. You allowed your wounds to become your voice of wisdom. You allow your emotions to become your voice to now direct you in an emotional place, and it has now become your wisdom place. Come on. So I looked and I was like, okay, it's me. How do I supposed to know it's me? God literally made me go one day, Jessica, into a mirror. He had me stand in front of a mirror. And as I was standing in front of this mirror, I'm like, okay, God, why am I standing in front of this mirror? He was like, close your eyes. So I closed my eyes and I began to pray. And I said, God, reveal to me what do you want me to see while standing in front of this mirror. When I opened my eyes, God showed me that the person who was standing in the mirror was exhausted. Not because people attacked me, not because I was carrying things God never intended for me to carry, but I want y'all to do me a favor. This is a launch out into the deep. We're into the deep. um, and we're confronting ourselves. If you look at Psalms 139 says, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. See if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting." David does not pray, "God, search my enemies, search my family, search my church, search my coworkers, search my friends, search my husband." He said, "Search me." When will we get to a point in our life when we stop and we say, "God, do me first. Search me"? Psalms 139 gives us clear example where David had to confront himself. He did not pray and say, "God, I want you to search the people who hurt me, deal with them around me." No, he said, "Search me." Because mature people eventually understands that transformation begins with self-examination. That is the first step. That's something that you're going to identify, is that if you want to be transformed, you got to first deal with self-examination. You got to go through your life and start dealing with the stuff that you don't want nobody to see. You don't want to be revealed to anybody. And the problem becomes when we start, watch this, putting our, excuse me, something in my eye. We start pointing our finger and we start saying everybody else is the problem. Thank you. And the reason why we do that is because we rather diagnose everybody else. We're good at that. When people have problems, people are going through, when people come talk to us about certain things, we are very good to diagnose them. We're very good to tell them, "Oh, this is what's wrong with you. This is what I think you should do." We can identify their pride. We can talk about their insecurities. We can tell them about their attitude. We can even talk to them about their dysfunction. But we struggle identifying our own self. We struggle with identifying what's wrong with us. Now, because humility says, maybe I'm not always right. Come on. Humility says, being humble says, maybe I don't know everything, because we got it bad to where we feel that we know everything. But if you're humble, humility says, well, maybe I do need healing. That's the first thing we got to identify. Come on, if you want to be made whole, if you want to recover and you want to get delivered from these things that we're going to talk about today, the first thing you must do is accept it. You got to own it. You got to be honest. You got to say it. If you go to any addiction programs, you will say your name and you'll say, "Hi, I am addicted to this," or "Hi, I have a problem." And some of us don't want to be honest with God and say that you have a problem. God is trying to show us something very clear, very deep, very important. But the first thing we must do is deal with us. And until we reach that place, growth becomes impossible, because you cannot change what you refuse to acknowledge. Come on, if you want to change it, then you got to see that there's a problem there. You got to see, good to see you. I'm Pastor Brown. You got to see that there's something there that has to be brought out, that has to be changed. So think about it. Mirrors, they do not create problems. I want to help you. A mirror never create a problem. Mirrors, what they do, they reveal problems. The mirror doesn't make your hair messy. The mirror shows you what already exists. We go look in the mirror just to make sure that what we're looking at is fine. So what happens is, good to see you, Nikki. But so what happens is the mirror does not create the stain on your clothes. No, what the mirror does is it reveals to you that there is a stain. It shows you that there's a stain. And many people avoid God's mirror because they don't want to see what's actually there. Come on, the mirror, again, you're standing in front of the mirror. A lot of us don't want God to put us in front of the mirror because the mirror reveals to us that we're prideful. The mirror watch this, the mirror that we're standing in front of, it reveals that we have jealousy in our heart. We have control. We have bitterness. We have self-righteousness, insecurity, unforgiveness. The mirror did not create none of this. What it did was it revealed it to us. It showed it to us. Sometimes the truth It's painful. Am I helping anybody? Is this making sense? Can y'all tell me? Because we're just having a conversation. But pain is often the doorway to healing. You cannot heal what you continue to hide. That's fact. And I want us to understand that you cannot fix what you refuse to face. You don't want to face it, so how do you fix it? It's like you driving a car and every light on your dashboard is on, but then you get mad when the car breaks down. You had several signs that there was time for a tune-up. There were several signs that you were about to run out of gas. So if your light came on saying that you are exhausted, then why do you get mad when you break down because you ignored the fact that you need to be refueled? Your dashboard says that your tire pressure is low, but then you get mad when you get a flat tire because you kept ignoring the sign that you need to show some part of your vehicle some attention. And some of us, we keep ignoring the signs that God is showing us about ourselves, but then get mad when destruction comes or when God rebukes us or when God closes the door because we are ignoring the warning signs that he's given us so we can do and become and be better people. You cannot be good to others when you are feeling tired, rejected, and don't want to do anything for yourself. When you don't address you, when you don't fix you, when you don't take time out to watch this, confront you. I'm confronting me. I had to confront Raheem, and Raheem was great at a lot of things. But one of the things I was good at was running from what I did, running from who I was. And I had to confront me. Y'all to put it in the comments. Shout, I had to confront me. Let's go deeper. What if the wounds? What if your wounds have been leading your life? What if God told you that you were great at singing, great at cooking, great at decorating, great at whatever it is that you were doing? But what will you do when God tell you that your wounds was the reason why all that actually took place? What happens when your wounds become your guide? What if the decisions you were making was not coming from wisdom, but it was coming from a place of survival? What happens um when when your decisions were revealed to you that they actually came from pain? Think about it. An unhealed wound changes everything. Think about it. I want y'all to think today. It changes how you hear. Think on it. It changes how you trust. It changes how you love. It changes how you respond. I want y'all to think about this for a moment because a lot of times we think that we made progress and we think that it was God that did it. No, sometimes your emotions was leading you. Come on. An unhealed wound can make a compliment sound suspicious. Somebody can compliment you, tell you how beautiful you are, or they may give you a compliment about something that you did. But because we have an unhealed wound, you think that person has a motive. You think that person is hitting on you. You thinking that person is flirting with you. So the problem becomes when we get to a place where we actually stop and confront ourselves and confront the wound. Because wounded people often expect everyone to become hurt, to become what hurt them. I want to say that again. Wounded people often expect everyone to become what hurt them. We have to stop bleeding on people who did not cut us. I want us to take a moment and think about that. Good to see you, Pastor Brown. I want us to take a moment and think about that and ask ourselves, um, have the people who God sent in our life, the people that God sent in our life in certain seasons, were they there to actually help us? Were they the ones that God sent to help us healed? But because we were not healed, and because we did not correct the wound, and because we rejected correction, that we treated that person like they're the ones who did what took place in our life. So we self sabotage our door. We self sabotage this present moment. Pain will convince you that sabotage opportunities God sent to bless you. Anything that has been sabotaged, anything that has been lied to get, anything that you did on survival did not come from God. And because we think about that, then it brings me to another piece of truth is that self sabotage looks like self protection. Self sabotage looks like I'm protecting myself. I did this for protection. No, you did that because you did not want to confront the rejected place, the abandoned place. You didn't want to confront that place because rejected people before, my God, before you can identify. I'm dealing with rejection. You got to first identify the place of abandonment. You got to get to this place in your life. And sometimes, Pastor Brown, if you're still here, we got to identify all along it was me. Some people quit before they fail. Some people feel, okay, I don't want to continue to do this because it's hard. It's uncomfortable now. So I quit. And a lot of us were good at that when things get hard, when things get tiring, when things become challenging, you quit because you don't want to deal with procrastination. You don't want to deal with the areas of your life that God is going to reveal to you that needs to be corrected. You don't want to deal with the lonely walk, the walk where you got to walk by yourself, because if you're talking about deliverance and healing and especially confronting yourself, then you got to remove people around you that keep clapping for your messy self. I think I said that wrong, huh? You cannot have friends that surround you that condone your wounds, that validates your cry, who gives you balloons for your pity party. No, there should be somebody in your group that say, yeah, it happened to you, but so what? Yeah, you lost your job. All right, get over it. You gotta have some people in your life, and we call those people, you just insensitive, you're a hater, you don't want no, that person is there to hold us accountable and to make sure that we don't waddle and stay in a place of destruction when God is literally trying to deliver us and bring us into a place of revelation and truth. Some people will leave before the abandonment because I don't want to get hurt. Some people will leave relationships before you even get to a place of seeing what the outcome is going to be. I'm trying to make it make sense. Am I making sense? So before you hurt me, I'll hurt you. A lot of people say that. Before I leave a relationship, before you leave the relationship, I'm just going to leave because you never dealt with that wound. You have an unhealed wound. So we got to find ourselves to a place of getting healed, being set free, and being made whole in order for us to get to a place of deliverance. Fear. Thank you. I heard this one different. Um, what happens when fear becomes your discernment? Can I ask you that question? What happens when fear becomes your discernment? You said that, oh, I got strong discernment. No, you're just afraid. You are allowing fear to be your discernment. So when you are in certain relationships, certain friendships, certain people around you, or you making certain moves, and you're like, you know what, I just discern. No, you're afraid. And you are allowing fear to become your discernment. You're allowing fear to become logic. It's all in fear. Fear is your cautious. Oh, I'm just cautious. I'm just guarding myself. No, you have fear. You're afraid. Fear has robbed many people from our future. Now, I'm asking you a question. Imagine if Abraham never left, Moses never confronted Pharaoh, Peter never stepped out on the boat. Esther stayed quiet. Purpose requires courage. Good to see you, Brittany. I've been waiting for you. Good to see you, Christy. Purpose requires movement. Purpose also requires trust. Strike number 7. We don't trust nobody. I'm going to be very honest with you all. I don't know about you, but I'm dealing with me today. I had to confront me. I'm going to raise my hand and be like, trust is very low on my list. It's like at the bottom. Now, I love people, but that's a wound that God is healing me with, because I've been looking at everybody with a side eye. Like, what do you want? Like, you know, I love people. I love people, but I watch everybody. Oh, I watch everybody. But that's a wound, because you're waiting for somebody, or I'm waiting for somebody to cause hurt. I'm waiting for somebody who may be genuinely connected, because every connection was not God's connection. So every connection that I created, I didn't say that God sent, I created, ended up badly. So I'm thinking that everything now that has been sent and ordained by God is going to do the same thing that just took place in my life. So we got to get to a place where we start identifying why we don't trust. And it's not because people are evil. It's not because people are hopeless. It's not because you're wounded. Wounds make terrible leaders. Can I say that? Wounds make terrible leaders. I want to talk about something that's uncomfortable. You're going to stop justifying and start healing. You cannot heal what you keep justifying. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that strong. One of the greatest dangers in life is becoming comfortable with dysfunction. We explain it away. Well, this is just how I am. Have you said it to yourself? I want you to talk to me in this personal space. And I know there's a delay, and I may be moving a little ahead of you all, but I want to see y'all in the comments talking. Come on, we make excuses. Well, this is just how I am. This is just my personality. This is how I was raised. This is just my attitude. No, no, no. It's because you're broken. It is because it's trauma. No, it is because there's pain in your life. This is not your personality. This is not what God created. This is not what God purposed for you. But this is just who I'm going to always be. It is because you're hurt. It is because you're wounded. It is because you will not deal with yourself. Maybe it's something that God wants to heal, and you don't want him to heal you because you have become a professional victim, and being a victim gets you attention. Come on, every time somebody call you and you're feeling suicidal, or you feeling depressed, or you feeling lonely, it gets you attention for a week. So I'd rather be going through, so all eyes on me, instead of be healed and let my spirit man be free. Some of us, we've become attention seekers, and being in storms creates attention for you. So sometimes we don't want healing, because then if I get healed, then I feel like people don't see me no more. People don't care about me no more. People don't love me. But I don't know who told you that people love people who broke. That's not true. No, we want to see you healed. We want to see you deliver. We want to see you set free. What you tolerate today will dominate you tomorrow. What you allow to happen in your life now, you accept it for tomorrow. Your excuse today will eventually control you tomorrow. The same excuse you're making right now, that will become your driver for tomorrow. Am I making sense to anybody? God loves us so much to leave you right there. God does not confront you because he hates you. No, he chastens those that he loves. He corrects those that he loves. God confronts you because he loves you. God doesn't expose you to destroy you. He doesn't expose you to kill you. No. He exposes you because he said, I got to deliver you. That's why I'm putting you in front of the mirror. Come on. I'm dealing with the man in the mirror. You got to deal with you first. And I want to explain something. Good to see you, Jamish. You must be on your lunch break. But think about the prodigal son. Think about the prodigal son. The Bible says he came to himself, not his father. Good to see you, Charmaine. Not his father. Good to see you, Prophetess Jones. Not his father, not his brother, not his circumstances. But the Bible says that he came to himself. Everything changes when he confronted himself. Think about that. Think about it. Everything changed when he became honest. We're dealing with the prodigal son. Everything changed when he stopped blaming everybody else. What's my time? Oh, we'll be out of here by 2. And it's 1:45. And maybe that's where freedom begins. Not when circumstances change, not when people apologize. No, not when everybody understands you, but when you finally become honest. I want to deal with that for a moment. When you finally become honest about your fears, honest about your wounds, honest about your struggles, your habits, your pain. Honesty, and somebody type this into the comments. Honesty is the birthplace of transformation. Somebody write that down there. Honesty is the birthplace of transformation. And God is not intimidated by the real you. God is not intimidated by the real you. Why? Because he already knows. He knows your thoughts. He knows your struggles. He knows your weakness. He knows your fears. He knows your hidden battles. But he loves you anyway. The problem isn't that God doesn't know. The problem is we keep pretending. We wear masks. We perform. We hide. We impress people while privately we falling apart. Do you know I did that for almost 16 years? I tried every day to impress people, but yet I was dying on the inside. I was literally getting ready to self-destruct because I kept putting on this mask of church, this mask of work, this mask of strength. Take the mask off. What mask, and that's a question I want y'all to put in the comments. What mask are you currently wearing? Come on. God says, I don't want your performance. He said, I want you, the real you, the wounded you, the broken you, the struggle you, the authentic you. Because transformation cannot happen where authenticity does not exist. Can you be authentic? Can you be yourself? And this is what I always say, Jamise. And I want to say this to the people in the balcony. Good to see you, Mama Carolyn. I want to say this to the people in the balcony. Show people who you really are and let them decide if they want to deal with your craziness. But don't you introduce yourself as somebody who got it all together, but then later on down the line, you crazy as heck. Excuse me, you crazy as heck. Y'all forgive me. I said, y'all pray for me. You crazy. You cuss too much. You messy. Show me this part in the beginning and let me decide if I have the capacity to deal with that. But you're wearing a mask in this relationship, this friendship, this whatever ship it is. And then now you revealed yourself. Now you show me who you are. And now I'm conflicted because I thought we built a friendship, but now I don't know who this person is. Am I helping anybody? Come on. We got to think about that. I'm almost out of here. So before I get out of here, before I close, good to see you. I'm glad y'all enjoying this. I want y'all to ask yourself 3 questions. 3 questions. 3 questions. I'll be done. I'll be done here. I promise you. Ask yourself 3 questions. What am I blaming others for that I need to take responsibility for? What am I blaming others for that I need to take responsibility for? Ask yourself, what wound is still influencing my decisions today? What version of myself needs to die so purpose can live? Sit with those questions. Somebody said, give me the questions again. All right. What am I blaming others for that I need to take responsibility for? What wound is still influencing my decision? And what version of myself needs to die so purpose can live? I want you to ask yourself those questions this week. Pray over those questions because those answers will change your life. The enemy you never saw was not always another person. Sometimes it was the fear you protected, the pain you avoided, the wound you carried, the lie you believed, the habit you excused, the version of yourself you refused to confront. But today is different. We got to stop running. I had to confront me. I had to confront the liar. I had to confront the manipulator. I had to confront the whore. I had to confront the homosexual. I had to confront the backbiter. I had to confront the self-sabotager. I'm dealing with me. I stood in front of a mirror and said, yeah, you were sexually abused, but you keep feeding it. You keep reminiscing about it. You keep allowing it to beat you up. I had to stand in front of a mirror and God had to reveal layers of myself that I thought was good. He said, no, you're hiding behind the church. You're hiding behind your craft. You're hiding behind your skill. You're hiding behind your gift and your talent. But that's not who I called you to be. He said, if you just be honest with me, I don't care about everybody else. Just tell me the truth. Come on, send me, and I'm gonna preach to this one day. Send me your location. Yeah, God knows where you're at. But he said, I won't come until you tell me that you want me to come, until you reveal to me that you need help. Send me your location. Drop your location. Some of us got to drop our location with God. And what is that location? God, I'm depressed. God, I'm tired. God, I'm frustrated. God, I'm messy. God, I'm this. Be honest with God. And when you do that, God begins to transform you. The greatest battle you'll ever fight is the one within. The greatest battle that you will ever fight is the battle within yourself. The greatest victory you'll ever experience is becoming the person God created you to be. Every day, it's a new opportunity of doing what God has called us to do in life. Not because he's bored, because he's not. It's because he has purpose for us. It is because he has a plan for us. And because he has this question. You could have it, Jamise. You could have it. Go ahead and preach it. Preach it good. But sometimes God asks us that. You keep screaming help. You keep screaming I'm tired. You keep screaming God, I can't take no more. But can God locate you? Can he find you? Send God your location so he can heal you, the version of you that you keep hiding from. Some of us, you did a great job surviving off of strength, but that wasn't God's purpose nor plan for you. You did a good job practicing I'm okay. That wasn't God's plan and his purpose for you. Now, can I ask you this last question and we're out of here? Look at yourself and see how far you've come just off of the wounds. Some of you are where you at right now because of the wounds in your life, because you got there by protecting yourself. Can you imagine where you will really be in your life if you start operating in the healed version of you? You're where you at right now as a broken version. Can you imagine where you would be when you let God heal you and he start delivering you and he starts confronting you? So the enemy you never saw was you. I had to confront me. So today I pray that this episode was able to get you to a place to identify that it's not what they did. It's not how they did it. It's not what they did. But the wound is you keep remembering what they did. You keep replaying what they did. You self-sabotaging the doors that's in front of you right now because fear has become your wisdom. Fear has become your discernment. Fear has become your resting place. But it's time to be honest with God. Listen, I'm your prophet, Raheem Jabari Warren, and this was Into the Deep podcast. Listen, the enemy you never saw was you. I had to confront me. Had to confront me. Do I have? Y'all give me 1 second. Give out an announcement. I want to give out an announcement before we go. All right, listen. Next Tuesday, we're still in our the enemy you never saw was you. Next week is gonna be real good. We're dealing with what is really love. What is really love? A lot of us, we got wounded because of that word, I love you. Y'all ready? So next week we're going to deal with what is really love. What is love really? What does love really mean? Oh my God, I love you, Mother Dallas. Thank you for being a part of our experience. Before y'all go, listen. This week's podcast, this season's podcast is from my book, The Hidden Betrayer. The enemy you never saw was you. All right. It is from my latest book, The Hidden Betrayer. The enemy you never saw was you. If you don't have this book, I encourage you to get this book. This book is only $20. You can order it off of Amazon. Or you can order it directly through me. If you order it through me, then you will get a autograph signed prophetic copy. I'll write in here prophetically what the Lord has released for me to say to you. And then I will ship it to you all. Please allow 2 weeks for shipping because I pray and want to make sure that God is speaking. If you have not ordered your book, do me a favor, order this book. Order this book. Order this book. You want to get your book. If you already got your book, in the comments, shout, I have my book. And I pray that this book has been helping you. I pray that you're dealing with yourself when you are reading this book. Again, this book is The Hidden Betrayer. The enemy you never saw was you. I encourage you to get this book. All right. This book is phenomenal. Um, how do we get how do we get it from you? So if you want to get it from me, hold on, let me make sure it's there's two ways you can get it from me. All right. So if you want to get it from me, what you can do is you can inbox me as soon as this live is over. As soon as this live is over, you can inbox me and I will show you how you can get this book. Jamise, I hope you got this book. Hope you're reading it. But anyone who want to order your copy from me, oh Kendra, you got to go back and listen to this. Kendra, you got to go back and listen to this. This here, yeah, yeah, this here was good. Um, Charmaine, I hope you got yours. Again, you can order this book through me. You can just inbox me immediately after this broadcast. I will send you the ways to purchase it. And then I will sign it and put a prophetic word on the inside for you. And then ship it out within 2 weeks. I don't have it yet, but I'll get it. All right. Let's get that. I love each and every one of you. And again, this is Into the Deep podcast. If you are not following us on YouTube, go to YouTube and follow us. If you are not yet followed us on Facebook, go to Facebook and follow us. We're doing some awesome things, some amazing things are taking place. And I want you a part of this. All right. I'll keep this up for 24 hours and then we'll probably take it down and we'll cut it up and do some reels off of it. All right. I love each and every one of you. And remember that you got to confront you. All right. The enemy you never saw was you. You all have a blessed day. And remember that God has something in store for you that nobody will ever be able to take away. I love you all. Be blessed, be healed, and be set free.